say to myself, why be waiting around for someone else? You don't have the patience, nor do I. Figured I might as well give it a try. I've been holding my breath this whole time. I've been wondering why. You tell me that you don't know where to go, darling, you run around. You always take me down the highway. My girl, you look so fly when I say, well, all this time I say to myself, why be waiting around for someone else? You don't have the patience, nor do I. Figured I might as well give it a try. I've been holding my breath this whole time. I've been wondering why. You tell me that you don't know where to go, darling, you run around. You always take me down the highway. My girl, you look so fly when I say, you always take me down the highway.
Tell me about being an electronic musician.
So I guess it really stems from a background in percussion and being a drummer. I started playing drums when I was like 6, taking private lessons. So rhythm has always been sort of my like basis for all that I know about music in general. And then I eventually studied jazz drumming and voice and picked up guitar as a teenager. So initially I was just kind of a singer-songwriter, and I spent a lot of time just playing solo gigs and eventually moving to Denver and having a band, and going through a lot of different band members and different people in my band, and iterations of the same concepts to eventually realize that my love for producing and for electronic music could be more of a reality than I was giving myself credit for. And so I started learning how to use Ableton and how to produce music live and use triggers and samples to create a live experience as an electronic artist. There's sort of a disconnect between people who are singer-songwriters and people who are producers, and I don't think the idea is generally that they're associated together or that one can be their own producer, like in the singer-songwriter world. So it's been kind of a hard transition, becoming an electronic artist who's also a singer-songwriter or who also has songs that are sung over beat music and with guitar and with different aspects of it. So I hope to bridge the gap for people who are into music that has lyrics and guitar and good songwriting, but also represents maybe a little bit more technical aspect of production or electronic production in music, or just creativity and, beat music, or the electronic sense of how music can be produced or listened to. Light we don't see, ever getting to them. And if go out where Yeah.
Awesome. Well, tell me a little bit about your songwriting process.
I don't think I ever, like, set out to be a songwriter. Like, when I was like 16 or 17, I learned how to play a bunch of Coldplay songs because it seemed to really impress the girls that I knew, and I just, like, it was like the only thing I had going for me at the time. I still, that, what is it? So I kind of learned to sing, like, just because I was good at it. I, like, naturally felt really comfortable doing it because my parents were both singers, and I kind of grew up around it, and they were very vocal. You can ask my mom, she is nothing if not unabashed about her love for singing. She has a band of her own, so does my dad. But my songwriting process, I guess, started initially from learning other people's songs. I think some of the first music I ever learned was like The Shins, and Nick Drake, and a bunch of Coldplay. Somebody asked me to play Coldplay at a wedding that I got asked to do a couple of, like last summer, and they wanted me to do a new song, and I just like refused. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't like do this new pap, like, but I'll play Sparks from their first record if you want, because that's a romantic as hell song. I'll tell you right now, that song is romantic. The first song I played tonight, Night Owl, that was a song, I wrote that riff out of a dream. It's like the whole melody, and I like that. I had that little, I had just been chugging along those two chords for a while because I liked the way they sounded, and I was trying to write a melody that. And I fell asleep like with my laptop actually on my lap, and like had been editing or something and moved it aside, and I woke up and was like fucking like, I don't know, it just like came out of I think I remember playing it in the dream and like being in the dream and thinking about the song and writing the song in the dream and then playing that riff and being like, oh, like I haven't played this in real life. And then I woke up and was like, I have to write this shit down like immediately. So my songwriting process can come from anything from sampling the rain outside my window. I made a remix from a French singer from the 1920s recently that was just like a beat that kind of came out of nowhere. Some girl posted on Facebook. I literally saw the song and then like told her in the comments like, I'm gonna remix this. She never responded, and then like 3 hours later I posted the remix and she never responded. I was just like, all right, well, at least I know that I made this music, you know, like pretty expediently, and had a lot of fun, you know, just like doing it. I get a lot of inspiration from like old video game music. I learned a lot of the like Ocarina of Time and old Zelda and Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that on piano when I was growing up. They definitely contribute a lot to my influence. And a lot of electronic music actually has a large play in, you know, like how music for video games is made or sounds. Like, I know like I can literally recall entire melodies from Pokemon, like entire songs, like that are, you know, like maybe a minute or more long, that like kind of like the Super Mario theme. It's like and like everybody kind of like knows that, even though it's not like a pop song or something. It's like melodically familiar, and I think those things being cited as interest is like more uncommon for artists to say like, oh, I'm super influenced by this dude who created all the music for like Splinter Cell. Well, that was Amon Tobin, who's like a legend and a god. Inspiration comes from everywhere. Sometimes I want to like listen to just a Studio Ghibli soundtrack and like take little pieces and samples of that. Or, you know, you can, as an electronic artist, you can take samples from anything, anywhere. It doesn't even matter. Like I can hear something on the radio and be like, look it up and find the clip from whoever was on the radio today and sample their voice and turn that into a fucking keyboard or something, or synthesizer. Anything can be a synthesizer. If Ableton's taught me anything, it's that anything is a synth. This is Fox Warren's song Sunset Canyon.
Searching for a reason tonight, following the white lines to lay back in an old motel and dream that you were whole again. I'll be alright. Sunset came in and breathed the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. Will I ever find my feet again when I look away the afternoon, stumble out the evening? Could I find you on the other end of my cigarette half lit? See it flicker till it falls apart. I'll be alright. Sunset came in, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. The sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset came in and greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset cigarette, greet the morning light. I'll be alright. Sunset came in and greet the morning light.